This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Hi Manish. Hi Manish and Maharaj.
Hello, sir.
Hi there.
Yeah. Yeah. So yesterday we were discussing about fiscal year variant. We have seen how to create fiscal year variant, and also we have seen assigning fiscal year variant to company code. But the point here is w- yesterday when we were creating fiscal year variant, we have created year independent fiscal year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So today let us see year dependent fiscal year variant. How to create year dependent fiscal year. Okay. So the next step will be create step number 5. Continuation to yesterday's notes, please. Step number 5. Create or define. Create or define. Some disturbance is coming. Yeah. Create or define. Create or define fiscal year variant. Variant same OB29. OB29. Take a note of it in brackets. Year dependent. Year dependent. Year dependent. Year dependent. Year dependent. Year dependent. So take the path, please. SAP Easy Access. SAP Easy Access. SPRO. SPRO. Press enter. Press enter. Click on SAP reference IMG. Click on SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting. Financial accounting. Financial accounting global settings. Financial accounting global settings. Fiscal year. Fiscal year. Fiscal year. Then maintain fiscal year variant. Maintain fiscal year variant. Maintain fiscal year variant. So click on the clock icon of maintain fiscal year variant. Click on clock icon of maintain fiscal year variant. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. And yesterday I have mentioned fiscal year variant is a 2-digit alphanumerical code. So just I am taking M2. You can take anyone, need not be M2. Just I am taking M2. Description fiscal year variant FYV. I'm giving short description only. Fiscal year variant FYV. Year dependent. Year dependent. Fiscal year variant year dependent. You can give any description, need not be year dependent. Simply you can give fiscal year variant. Okay. So as we are at learning stage, to have clarity, I'm giving description intentionally as year dependent. So I'm trying to create, or I am trying to set up a fiscal year variant M2, which is an year dependent fiscal year. As I would like to create year dependent fiscal year, I need to select this option year dependent. So year dependent checkbox needs to be selected. So I'm selecting this. So please select year dependent checkbox, year dependent checkbox. By selecting year dependent checkbox, system will understand that fiscal year variant M2 will speak about that fiscal year, which is a year dependent fiscal year. Then year dependent fiscal year may be a calendar fiscal year or non-calendar fiscal year again. So it may start from January, ends with February, December, or it may start from the month which is other than January as well. So I'm going with the non-calendar fiscal year, non-calendar year dependent fiscal year. So as I would like to go for non-calendar, I'm not selecting this calendar year option. The number of posting periods, 12. Number of special posting periods, 4. 4 or 3 or 2, 1, anything you can give. Number of special periods, 4. Click on save. Click on save. Press enter. Press enter and get the message data was saved. Get the message data was saved. Continuation, sir, not yet completed. Select fiscal year variant M2 with color. Write down very carefully. Select fiscal year variant M2 with color. Just by clicking here, it will get selected with color. So select fiscal year variant M2 with color. Now, next process is very, very important. Double click on periods folder on the left side. Double click on periods folder on the left side. Double click on that. I'm double clicking, sir. Observe what will happen if I double click. Right now I am double clicking. So double click. See, as soon as I double click, system is asking for year. So enter 2019. 2019. Give 2019. So likewise, for every year we need to give the periods. That is why it is year dependent. Earlier we did not get this particular pop-up. When we were creating M1 fiscal year variant, as soon as we double clicked on periods folder, system did not give this particular pop-up or particular small window. So as we are trying to create year dependent fiscal year, it is asking for entering calendar year, sorry, year. So 2019. Press enter. Press enter. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. New entries. Fill up the month column first, like yesterday. 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fill up the month column first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Next, day. 31, 28, 31, 30, 31 again, 30, 31, again 31, 30, 31, 30, 31. So 31, 28, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31. Period column, third column. Give 10, then 11, then 12, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, year shift. Against 10, give -1, 11 also -1, 12 also -1, then remaining zeros. Zeros. Click on save. Click on save. Click on save and get the message data was saved. You can see the message bottom left side. Get the message data was saved. Get the message data was saved. Next, continuation please. Double click on period text. Double click on period text. Double click on period text. Give the fiscal year 2019. Give the fiscal year 2019. Give the fiscal year 2019. Press enter. Press enter. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. New entries. Give the language. First fill up the period column. Do not fill up language column, please. Fill up the period column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Fill up the period column first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then language column, as usual, English for all. Give English for all the periods. English. Then text. Text column. Text column. Look at the screen first before we fill up the text column, that is third column. Fiscal year variant is M2 and it is a year dependent fiscal year, which is a non-calendar fiscal year. Non-calendar fiscal year. So April, I would like to start from April. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, sorry, not April, it is SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4. Now give the full description. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, then special period 1, special period 2, special period 3, special period 4, special period 4. Then click on save, click on save, click on save. And get the message data was saved. Get the message data was saved. Get the message data was saved. See, let us see what is the difference between year dependent fiscal year and year independent fiscal year in the system. Let me open one more screen. Yesterday we have created a fiscal year which is an year independent fiscal year. That is M1 we have created. M1. Just I'm showing you M1. If I select this M1 and double click on period texts, see M1, below the M1 you do not have any year, but if you see M2, here you have fiscal year. In M1 there is no field called year, whereas in M2 there is a field called fiscal year. Did you observe that?
Yes.
Yeah. Similarly, even in periods also, in case of M1 there is no year here. In case of M2, if you double click on, it is asking for year C, year 2019. So that means if it is an year dependent fiscal year, every year you have to do this setting. If it is a year independent fiscal year, once you do the setting, it will work for all the years. Okay, right? But whether to go for year dependent or year independent, it is a business requirement. Business has to decide. Generally, in real time, we as a consultants, we prefer year independent instead of going for year dependent, because if we go for year dependent fiscal years, we may get some problems. Okay, so that is the reason why always we suggest, even SAP also suggests year independent fiscal years only. Okay, right. Next step. Hope you understood, sir, clearly.
Yes.
Yeah. Next step. Create or define create or define create or define document number ranges. Create or define document number ranges. Next step, step number 6. Create or define document number ranges. number range, and T code is for that OBA7, OBA7, or you can also use FBN1, FBN1, FBN1. Please take down the path. Before going to the path, why this document number range is required? See, sir, if we go to a shop, any supermarket or any shopping mall, when we have purchased something, we will get the bill, correct? That we call it as
Yes.
invoice, right? If you observe carefully, that bill will have a number on it, correct? That invoice or bill, whatever we receive, that will have a number on it. Did you observe that?
Yes.
Okay, and that number is unique in nature. If you observe carefully, when I say unique in nature, suppose if your invoice or if your bill number is, let us say, 111, again that with that number no invoice will be generated by that owner, by that business organization. For one customer it is unique. Okay, customer to customer the bill number will vary. Did you observe that?
Yes.
Yes.
Or if you are, if suppose you have purchased, let us say, 10 shirts and 10 pants. For 10 shirts you want to have one bill, and for 10 pants you want to have separate another bill. So these you will be taking two bills, and these two bills there won't be one number, correct? Right?
Yes.
Okay, so unique numbers will be given for each and every bill generated by the organization, for each and every document generated by the organization. Document will be generated with a unique number. But how system will generate that number? If you go to the shop, if you bill, simply they will scan all the things which we have purchased. As soon as they press enter, bill will be generated with a unique number. How system will generate that number? That means the person who is doing that billing, he must be using some software, correct?
Yes.
While developing the software, while installing the software, in that software, the person who has developed that software and installed the software must have maintained document number range in the backend. So from that maintained number range, system will pick up one unique number and it will assign to the bill generated. Got the point?
Yes.
Okay, so similarly, as and when transactions or business transactions are processed by the end users in SAP system, as and when SAP users are processing transactions, for each and every processed transaction, system will generate a document, system will generate a bill, and that document will be generated with a unique number. So in order to generate the documents with a unique number, we need to maintain number range in the backend. Get the point?
Yeah.
Understood, sir? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So let us see how to maintain document number ranges. Okay. Please take down the path. SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, SPRO, SPRO, SPRO. Press enter, press enter. Click on SAP reference IMG. Click on SAP reference IMG. SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting. Financial accounting. financial accounting, financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, then document, you can see here document, visible,
Yes. Yes.
document, then document, then document number ranges, sorry, document header, sorry, document header, not number ranges, please. Document header, then define document types, define document types, document types. You can see here OBA7, define document types. So click on clock icon beside define document types. Click on clock icon of define document types. Click on position. Click on position. Click on position. Give the document type SA. What is this document type? I'll explain after some sessions. Give the document type SA. SA. Remember this two-letter word, SA. Document type SA. Press enter. Press enter. Select the document type SA with color. Select the document type SA with color. Select the document type SA with color. Click on details icon, which is looking like a magnifying glass. Here, you can see here, I'm moving cursor on that. So click on details icon, details icon. See in this, you will be seeing 01, number range 01. Just remember this number range 01. Okay. Is it visible, number range 01?
Yes.
Yeah. Then click on number range information tab. Click on number range information tab here. Click on number range information tab. Give the company code. What is our company code? MMI1. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, give the company code MMI1. Click on change intervals icon. Here you can see change intervals. There are 3 tabs. Click on change intervals here. Change intervals tab. Click on change intervals tab. Then click on add interval tab on the top left or insert interval tab. Click on insert interval tab on the top left. You can see here, please. Click on insert interval tab on the top left. Give the number. I told you to remember 01. So give here 01. 01. Year 2019. 2019. year 2019, then from number, just I'm giving 1. You can give any number, 100 or 1000 or 2000, whatever it is, whatever the number you want, you can give. So just I'm giving 1, and 2 number, just I'm giving 10,000. You can give 1 lakh or 1 crore or 10 crores, whatever may be the number, but it should not be from number. So give 2 number 10,000, 10,000. Click on insert icon here. You can see left side, bottom left side, a small icon. Click on insert, click on save, click on save. Here you can see save icon, which is looking like a floppy. Click on save. Ignore the message. You got some message if you observe. The number range intervals are not included in automatic recording of customizing changes. So ignore the message. Ignore the message. Press enter. Press enter. And get the message the changes were saved. And get the message the changes were saved. And get the message the changes were saved. Changes were saved. See, one thing we need to observe here very carefully. We have created number range for the fiscal year 2019, correct? Are you in the
Yes.
session, please? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, yeah, as we have created for 2019 fiscal year, what does it mean? Every year we need to create number range. We need to maintain the number range. As soon as we enter into 2020, we need to maintain number range for 2020. Similarly for 21, 22, 23, 24, like that. Every year we need to maintain the number range. So unless we maintain the number range, transactions will not be processed in SAP system. Okay, without defining number ranges, without maintaining number ranges, end users will not be able to process the transactions in SAP system, please. So to process the transactions in SAP system, to process the business transactions which are happening regularly, okay, so to process those transactions, number range must have been defined in the system. Unless and until number range is defined in the system, end users will not be able to process the transactions, because what I was explaining just before, as and when the end users are processing transactions, system will generate a document with a unique number. So to generate the document with a unique number, we must have maintained number range for every year. I hope I'm clear with my explanation.
Yes. Yes, you're clear.
Right. Okay. And please do remember one thing: as we are supposed to maintain number range for each and every year, maintaining the number range is an year-end activity, please. Maintaining the number range is an year-end activity. At the end of every fiscal year, we need to maintain number range for next fiscal year. So like this activity should be done at the end of every fiscal year. Therefore, defining number ranges or maintaining number ranges is categorized under activity called year-end activity. Understood?
Yeah.
Right. Now, one more important thing. Here we have given 0, 1. Why we have given 0, 1? Is it mandatory to give 0, 1? And the answer is yes. We need to give number range 0, 1. If you remember, I told you to remember 0, 1. See, I have come like this. What we have done, we have selected SA, click on details, and here 0, 1 number range. This is the code 01 is the code assigned for document type SA by SAP itself. We are not supposed to change this 01 under any circumstance, please. This 01 should not be changed under any circumstance. In real time, this is disabled. As it is a practicing server, it is in editable mode, but in real time, this will be in uneditable mode, please. Even if it is in editable mode by chance, we are not supposed to change this 01. If we change this 01 number range, it will impact the business globally. Okay, please do remember that this is this 01 is the number given by SAP and it is universally standard. You go for any business organization, open document type SA, you will see 01 universally. Getting my point? And against this 01, we have maintained number range for the fiscal year 2019 under the company code MMI1. See here. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Next step. Maintain field status variant. Maintain field status variant. Next step. Maintain field status variant. Using OBC4. Step number 7. Maintain field status variant using OBC4. Transaction code is OBC4. Maintain field status variant OBC4. Have you heard about the term field status or status of the field anywhere?
No.
Maraj, how about you?
No, sir.
Yeah, fine. Sir, you have heard about this. You know very well what it is, but you don't know that you know it. Okay. Field status is very much we people know that what is field status, but we don't know that we know it. Then what is field status? Let me explain. Sir, if you have remembered very well, when you were opening your Gmail account or Yahoo Mail account, we must have given some details like first name, last name, date of birth, age, region, area, login name, password, district, city, like that details we must have given. Did you remember?
Yes.
Right? That means we open the browser. Suppose let us say we are opening a Gmail account, new Gmail account we are trying to register. While creating Gmail account, we will be giving our name, first name, second name, last name, date of birth, year, month, date, so maiden name, mother name, father name, secret question, answer, all those things. So many fields will appear on the screen in which we are trying to create the Gmail account. So many fields we are able to see, but if you observe carefully the screen, out of so many fields, giving data in some fields is mandatory and giving data in some fields is not mandatory. Did you observe that?
Yes.
Right? Even if you fill up an application form for an examination, for writing an entrance examination, we will be filling up the data. While filling up the data, giving data in some fields is mandatory and giving data in some fields is non-mandatory. Let us go back to the Gmail mail only. Let me explain with the mail ID only. So while creating the mail ID, we must and should give data in some fields. Those fields are mandatory fields. And in some fields, whether we give data, we do not give data, system will allow us to create the mail account. So whatever the fields which are mandatory fields, Without giving data in those fields, system will not allow us to create the GL account. Those are called as mandatory fields. There are some other fields which are non-mandatory fields, which we call them as optional fields. Whether we give data or we do not give data, system will allow us to create the mail account. Clear? But the point here is how system knows that which field is mandatory, which field is not mandatory. If it is a mandatory field, generally we find a star mark. If it is an optional field, in that field we do not find star mark. Did you observe ever?
Yes.
Right? How system will understand? See, in any field, if we are finding star mark, we understand that it is a mandatory field and we should give data mandatorily, and we will give the data itself. But how system will understand that that particular field which contains a star is a mandatory field? That means in the screen in which we are giving the data, behind that screen some program must be running. That program will tell the system which field is mandatory, which field is not mandatory. Correct?
Yeah.
While designing the program itself, the developer must have told this particular,
That's
the
mandatory.
developer must have, yeah, this particular field is a mandatory field and this particular field is a non-mandatory field, optional field. Getting my point? So basing on the setting done by the developer during the program development, system will understand so and so field is a mandatory field, so and so field is a optional field. So similarly, while processing the transactions by the end users into the SAP system, there so many fields will appear. Out of those fields, some fields are mandatory, some fields are optional fields. So which field must be a mandatory field, which field will be an optional field, shall be decided by the business itself. Business has to decide which field shall be mandatory field, which field shall be optional field. Suppose a particular field has been designed by the business as mandatory field. That means while processing the transaction by the end user must and should give some data in that field. Unless data is entered by the end user, system will not allow us the end user to process the transaction. Okay, so that type of settings will be done using a variant called field status variant in SAP. Hope you understand what is field status, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let us try to design, let us try to set up field status variant. Okay, please take down the path. It is SAP easy access, SAP easy access, SPRO, SPRO, press enter, press enter, click on SAP reference IMG, click on SAP reference IMG, click on SAP reference IMG, then financial accounting, financial accounting, financial accounting, financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, financial accounting global settings, then document, document, then line item, line item, then controls, 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 then define field status variants, define field status variants, define field status variants. Define field status variants. So click on clock icon beside define field status variant. Click on clock icon of define field status variants. Click on that. It takes bit time, please. Yeah. Select 0001 field status for 0001. Select 0001. It's a standard field status variant given by SAP. Select field status variant 0001 with color. Write down carefully, please. Again, I'll repeat. Select 0001 field status variant with color. Then click on copy as icon. You can see here. Copy as. Click on copy as. Copy as. Copy as icon. Write down very carefully. Change the field status variant code. Write down very carefully, please. Change the field status variant code. Change the field status variant code from 0001 from 0001 to TO2 to MMI1. MMI1 need not be MMI1, sir. You can give any code, any 4-digit code. MMI1. Then change the description as field status variant MMI1. Field status variant MMI1. Change the description as field status variant MMI1. Change the description as field status variant MMI1. Field status name or description, both are same. So change the description as field status variant MMI1. Press enter. Press enter. Once you press enter, you can see this pop-up box. Click on copy all. You can see here. Click on copy all. Is it visible, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Click on copy all. It will take some time, please. Please do wait. Click on copy all. It takes some time. Yeah. Get the message. Get the message. Please note down. Get the message. Number of dependent entries copied. Get the message. Number of dependent entries copied. You can see the message here. Number of dependent entries copied. Get the message. Number of dependent entries copied. Ignore the message. Ignore the message. Ignore the message. Press enter. Ignore the message. Press enter. And get the message. And get the message. Number of entries copied 1. Number of entries copied 1. You can see the message on the bottom left side. Get the message. Number of entries copied 1. Continuation please, not at over. Select field status variant MMI1 with color. Select field status variant MMI1 with color. Select field status variant MMI1 with color. Double click on field status groups on the left side. Not single click, sir, double click. Please do remember. Write down very carefully. Double click on field status groups on the left side. Double click on field status groups on the left side. See, observe the screen carefully. This MMI1 we have created field status variant, correct?
Yes.
But we did not create these field status groups, no. Z001, Z003, 004, 005. You are able to see this.
Yes.
There are 41 field status groups have been created under field status variant MMI1. Though we have not created, why they are appearing or how they are appearing?
Because we use the template to create, initial
Correct,
0001 what we used.
correct. We have copied 0001 and we renamed it as MMI1. So as we have copied 0001, whatever the groups there under 0001 got copied to MMI1. That means the point you need to understand here is, we have, actually speaking, we have not created field status variant MMI1. Rather, we have created field status variant MMI1 by copying 0001. I repeat once again. We have not directly created field status variant MMI1. Rather, we have created field status variant MMI1 by copying the standard field status variant 0001 provided by SAP. Got my point clearly?
Yes.
Right. Even in real time also, in implementation, in SAP implementation in real time, we also do the same thing. We do not create field status variant directly in the direct mode using new entries. Okay, if you observe in this particular step, I never used the term click on new entries. So in real time also, we do not create directly the field status variant. Rather, we copy the existing standard SAP provided field status variant. By copying SAP provided field status variant, we create our own field status variant, and wherever the changes we want, we do the changes. Okay, then continue. Please continue with your notes. You must have taken till double click on field status group folder. Then continuation. Double click on field status G001. Double click on field status group G001. You are able to see here under field status variant MMI1. Double click on field status group G001. Then double click on general data here. You can see here left side. Double click on general data. Double click on general data. Sir, if you double click on general data, you can see here suppress, required entry, optional entry. You are able to see the radio buttons. These round buttons are called as radio buttons. Suppress, one radio button. Required entry, nothing but mandatory entry. Optional entry, nothing but non-mandatory entry. So you can see here, write down carefully. Select required entry radio button. Select required entry radio button. Write down carefully, sir. Select required entry radio button For the field text, for the field text, select required entry radio button for the field text. See, by default it is optional entry. Now I am changing it into required entry. That means while processing the transactions by the end users, text field will become a mandatory field. Understood?
Yes.
And without giving text, without giving description, system will not allow the end users to process the transactions. That is what is the setting. So select the required entry radio button for the text field. Click on save. Click on save. Press enter. Press enter. And get the message data was saved. And get the message data was saved. And get the message data was saved. Sir, probably there will be an interview question here with respect to field status variant. When you go for interviews, the consultant's interviewer might ask you, suppose if you have kept any experience in SAP, looking at your resume, there is a possibility of asking question like this. They will ask you like this: in SAP, field status variant will be created by direct or in copy mode, and your answer must be copy mode, not direct mode. Okay, right. Next step, we have created field status variant. The next step, assign company code to field status variant. Next step, step number 8, assign company code to field status variant. Assign company code to field status variant. Assign company code to field status variant. And the transaction code is OBC5. OBC5. Please take down the path. SAP Easy Access. SAP Easy Access. SPRO. Sir, what is SPRO? What it stands for?
SAP Project Reference Object.
Yeah, SAP Project Reference Object. Okay, in the last but before session, I have explained about it. I have given that SAP Project Reference Object. There is one more explanation for this SPRO as well. Please do make a note of it. SPRO stands for semi-programming runway operations. Semi-programming runway operations. Semi-programming runway operations. Right, come back to the path. That is, come back to the step path. Assign company code to field status variant OBC5. Please take the path. SAP Easy Access, SPRO, press enter. Press enter. Click on SAP reference IMG. Click on SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting. Financial accounting. Financial accounting. You can use the short form FA. FA stands for financial accounting. Wherever you want to write a financial accounting, don't write financial accounting completely. It will take time for you. Simply write FA. Then financial accounting global settings. You can shortly write it as FAGS. GS, financial accounting global settings, FAGS, so that you can save your time. financial accounting global settings, then document, then line item, then controls, then assign company code to field status variants. Assign company code to field status variants. Assign company code to field status variants. So click on this clock icon of assign company code to field status variants. Click on copy clock icon of assign company code to field status variants. Click on position. Click on position. Click on position. Give the company code. What is the code of our company code?
MMI1.
MMI1. While practicing, whatever the code you have mentioned, that code should be given. So give the company code MMI1. Press enter. Press enter. Here you can find field status variant column. Here give the field status variant which we have created. So MMI1 only. MMI1. Observe carefully, wherever I am using 4-digit code, I am using MMI1. Did you observe that? Hello?
Hello.
Did you observe wherever I am using 4-digit code, I am using MMI1 only, always.
Yes.
Whether it is a fold status variant, whether it is a posting period variant, company code. But in real time, it is not the case, please. Okay, but why I am using MMI1 always? For field status variant, I have used MMI1. Posting period variant, I have used MMI1. Company code also, I have used MMI1. See, as we are at learning stage, I would like to simplify the concept. To simplify the concept, I am using the same codes so that we don't need to ache our heads knowing what is the code of field status variant, what is the code of posting period variant. Our focus should not be on remembering the codes. Our focus should be on understanding the concept. So to have focus on understanding the concept, we need to simplify some things. So that is the reason why I'm using MMI1 wherever I want to use 4-digit code. So give the field status variant MMI1. Some
In
disturbance is
real time,
coming, sir. In
company will give the
Yes,
codes.
business will give the codes. Consultants will ask the codes to be used from the business only. And in general, business will give, but there is always option available to the consultants. They can suggest always. Okay. In majority of the cases, it is business will provide the codes. I want to use this code. So there is no option in that case. So give field status variant MMI1 against the company code MMI1. Then click on save. Click on save. Press enter. Press enter. Get the message data was saved. 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 Next step, very important step. Please do keep a star mark for this step. Step number 9. Step number 9. Define tolerance groups. Define tolerance group using OBA4. A4. Define tolerance group using OBA4. Tolerance group using OBA4. Yeah, tolerance, the word, we are very much aware of this word, tolerance word. Okay, but what exactly is the concept behind tolerance? Tolerance, to understand this, let me give an example of a bank. Sir, in the bank, if you observe, you will find different designated officers like clerk, cashier, head cashier, assistant manager, manager. If you go to a bank, you can identify this kind of employees, correct?
Yes.
Right? So if you go to the cashier will have certain powers, certain limits to accept the customers to withdraw up to a certain amount. Suppose standardly, let us say, among all the banks, as a cashier, he will allow the customers to withdraw an amount up to rupees 50,000. That means if a customer wants, if an customer account holder wants to withdraw 50,000 cash from the bank, directly you can fill up the form and you can submit that form to the cashier. So as it is up to 50,000, he is the authorized person. He can entertain that customer to withdraw that amount. Suppose if the customer wants to withdraw more than 50,000, cashier is not empowered. He might have to get approval. He might have to approach as either assistant manager or manager. That means here cashier is having power to accept the withdrawals by the customers up to 50,000. So up to 50,000 is a tolerance. Beyond 50,000, he cannot. Getting my point clearly, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So similarly, while processing the transactions, I was saying that end users will process the transactions. So when I say end users will process the transactions, end users are also have different kinds: basic level user, middle level user, higher level user. We call them as managers. Okay. So in real time, basic level user will have certain limit. Similarly, middle level users will have certain limit. Similarly, higher level users will have some limit. That means basic level users are permitted to process those transactions which are having up to certain value. Suppose let us say purchase transaction, goods have been purchased worth of rupees 1 lakh. Basic level user has been given, let us assume basic business has given permission for the basic level user to process transactions with valuing up to 1 lakh. That means any transaction up to 1 lakh having a value up to 1 lakh can be processed into the system by basic level user. If the transaction value is more than 1 lakh, basic level user cannot process the transaction because it doesn't have access, it doesn't have power, it doesn't have authorization. So that amount limits will be maintained in SAP system by setting up tolerance groups. Understood the concept, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah. Let us see how to create tolerance group. Please take down the path. It is SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, SPRO, SPRO, presenter, presenter. Click on SAP reference IMG, Click on SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting. Financial accounting. Then financial accounting global settings. Financial accounting global settings. Global settings. Then document. 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 Then line item. Line item. Line item. Line item. Line item. Here you can see here. Line item. Define tolerance groups for employees. Define tolerance groups for employees. Sir, I have explained about tolerance and tolerance groups to some extent only, not completely explained. We have a concept called a document parking down the line. At that document parking, I will discuss some more points with respect to tolerance groups. You will get complete clear-cut picture. What is tolerance group? Why it has to be maintained and how it will be worked in real time. All those things will be, you will understand when I explain the concept, when I explain a topic called document parking. Okay, so simply right now I'll let you know how to create group, tolerance group. That's it. So click on this, define tolerance groups for employees. Click on clock icon of define tolerance groups for employees. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. New entries. New entries. Click on new entries. Ignore the group. Leave. Don't give anything in the group. I'll explain later when to give the group, when to name the group. So give the company code. What is our company code? Company code
MMI1.
MMI1. Give the company code MMI1. Then see here, you can see upper limits for posting procedures. Upper limits for posting procedures. So before I explain about this, observe carefully currency. There is a field called currency. Are you able to see any currency in this field?
No.
No. And it is grayed out. Even if I type also, system will not allow me to enter currency. Even if we not enter currency, doesn't matter. System will pick up the currency. System will pick up the currency. Where from system will pick up the currency? Is there any guess?
Company code.
Correct.
Detail.
Yeah, while creating company code, we have maintained currency and we have given here company code MMI1. So from the company code settings, system will pick up the currency. Am I clear? Right. Now upper limits. The upper limit means maximum limits for posting procedures. Write down here. Here, after this, you can see amount per document. Amount per document. Just write down whatever I say. You won't be able to understand right now. Later on, you will understand. So amount per document, just enter 9999999. 9999999. There is no rule that you should give only nines. You can give any amount, please. 9999999. Then next, amount per open item, account item. Next one, amount per open item, account item. Just give 9999999. You can give any amount, just I'm giving like that. 9999999. What is open item? This is not the right time to explain, please. Open item I'll explain in vendor management and customer management. So give amount per document, give amount per open item, account item, click on save, press enter, and get the message data was saved. Get the message data was saved. Get the message data was saved. Next step. Step number 10. Important, please keep a star mark for this. In real time, this is very important step. Step number 10. Maintain posting periods. Maintain posting periods. Yesterday we have created posting period variant. First step. So now we are continuing with that. Maintain posting periods or open and close posting periods. Open and close posting periods, and the transaction code is OB52. This is most sensitive transaction code, most sensitive active. In real time, one has to be very careful while operating this activity. This is very crucial activity and important activity and sensitive, too sensitive. Maintain posting periods or open and close posting periods. So what is the concept behind maintaining the posting periods or opening posting period and closing posting period? Let us continue in tomorrow session. Okay. I'm closing the session. Yeah. Meet you in tomorrow session. Have a nice time, please.
Thank you.